This is Luke chapter 12, verses 13 through to 21. Someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me." But he said to him, "Man, who appointed me a judge or arbitrator over you?" Then he said to them, "Beware and be on your guard against every form of greed. For not even when one has an abundance does his life consist of his possessions." And he told them a parable, saying, "The land of a rich man was very productive. And he began reasoning to himself, saying, 'What shall I do, since I have no place to store my crops?' Then he said, 'This is what I will do. I will tear down my barns and build larger ones. And there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years to come. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry.' But God said to him, 'You fool, this very night your soul is required of you. And now who will own what you have prepared? So is the man who stores up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God.'" It's very clear, isn't it, what the Lord Jesus is saying here? Those who lay up riches and they rely upon them are fools, because ultimately when we go to the grave, we take nothing with us. But listen, somebody comes to Jesus and he says, "Tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me." And I would imagine that the man who came to Jesus felt that he had a legitimate grievance against his brother, and that for justice sake, that the family inheritance should be shared between him and his brother fairly. And he comes to Jesus. And Jesus' answer is, "Man, who appointed me a judge or arbitrator over you?" And he says, "Beware, look out, be on your guard against every form of greed. For not even when one has an abundance does his life consist of his possessions." Jesus before said, "Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy." And here he's saying again, beware, it's a strong word, of every kind of greed. For not even when one has abundance of his possessions does his life consist of it. You can think of rich people, very rich people, I don't know, like these American billionaires, or moderately rich people. Their life does not consist in their possessions. And Jesus said these words, just think of a man who becomes very wealthy or moderately wealthy, and he says, "I'm going to retire and I'm going to live off the proceeds of everything that I have." And Jesus says, "You fool, because tonight, this very night, your soul is required of you. And who will own what you have prepared?" So is the man who stores up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. Oh, that we, as God's people, as people who love the Lord Jesus, will be not so carnally minded as to focus upon our riches, on our wealth, and on our comfort, but will be those who will follow the Lord with all of our hearts and be rich towards him.